Hi, I'm Allie. Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about some tips to cope with stress and anxiety as an introvert. I typically don't like to just label myself as an introvert. When I have in the past and I had an outgoing moment, people would say, I thought you were an introvert. You're not an introvert. But that's not what an introvert is. An introvert isn't necessarily shy. They just tend to prefer time alone and recharge by that alone time. It doesn't mean you can't ever be social. I find that small talk is dreadful. I hate it. I need to have a deep and meaningful conversation with someone. So I'm not very good at small talk, and that actually stresses me out a lot. There's a lot of basic social interactions that cause me so much more stress than anything that I have dealt with at work. Something as simple as answering a phone call has caused me to want to quit my jobs before, because I tend to need to control the situation. I need to be the one to call. I need to be the one to prepare. I don't like being taken off guard. So in case there's anyone else out there that struggles with the same things that I do, these are my tips on how to cope with stress and anxiety as an introvert. Number one, go outside in nature. Go for a long walk in the woods, taking stock of what's truly important. Something about at nighttime when you look up at the open sky and looking at the stars, or when you're going for a long walk in the woods and you're so small between these tall trees that have been there for hundreds of years, you just feel this level of insignificance to your problems. Everything seems a little bit more trivial when you are surrounded by so much that is bigger than you. Deadlines and phone calls and things just seem so insignificant. I really struggle with overthinking once my day is over. I'll think back to all the things at work I didn't do. Did I answer that email? Did I respond to the right person? And I'm constantly rechecking emails. And when I'm out in nature with my dog, looking at the things around me, I get more grounded. I'm able to take stock of why I'm working. I think so many people lose sight of the fact that we work to live. We don't live to work. I don't think that a job should control your thoughts when you're done from the job at the end of the day. I don't have a job where I can just clock in 8 to 5. I have a job where I do need to respond to emails, whether it is on the weekends or after hours. And sometimes not having that separation can really take a toll. But when I'm out in nature and I don't have my work phone and I'm completely unplugged from all of these chains of corporate America, it is so relaxing. Number two, declutter and clean. I believe that how you keep things is a reflection of your mind. I don't like a cluttered mind, so I don't like a cluttered house. When I give myself tasks and projects to do around the house, to clean, to declutter things, to have goals, it keeps my mind occupied on a project rather than overthinking. I will obsessively replay a moment in my head that's so trivial. It could be something as silly as I thought I shook someone's hand too tightly in my last meeting, and I'll replay it and replay it and replay it. When I give myself a task to do, like cleaning, it's occupying my mind on a separate thing. Something about walking into a house that is clutter-free and clean is like walking into your own sanctuary, your own oasis. I don't think you should feel like you need a vacation from your own house because you're so stressed when you walk in of all of these things that you have to do. For me, cleaning is enjoyable and relaxing because I don't have a lot of clutter I have to work around. So it's become more therapeutic for me. Number three, binary beats and meditation music. I'm someone who has always struggled with meditation and sitting still because as an overthinker, my thoughts just keep going wild and wild and wild. But what I do use binary beats and meditation music for is when I'm actually doing a task It's hard for me to stay focused on something without my mind just racing into a million different other things. So binary beats are supposedly supposed to send signals to your brain that kind of activate different components. So whether or not you're trying to relax, if you're trying to concentrate, things like that, they're supposed to help with different frequencies. So if I am trying to relax before I have to go in for a meeting or a presentation or a phone call, I will listen to some binary beats to almost recharge me and get me ready. Number 4, yoga. It's great for your mental health. It's great for your physical health. Stretching, releasing tension, moving your body, all great things. Me personally, I get really anxious as an introvert to go out and go to a yoga class like alone. I don't know how it works. I might have to talk to people, and that's not really relaxing for me. So if I'm looking for a way to relieve my anxiety and stress, and I'm already trying to decompress for being social, a great solution to this is to plug in a YouTube video and have your own yoga class in your house. It'll give you more confidence. When your body is healthy, you can handle more. Number 5, take care of yourself. You are the most important thing to you, and it is okay to be selfish. I don't care what anyone says. It is okay to be selfish. It's okay to say no when you don't want to go somewhere. Not everyone is going to understand, but you need to put you first, because at the end of the day, no one is going to put you first more than you will put yourself first. It is okay to be selfish. Take that bubble bath. Do some retail therapy. Spend some time with yourself. It is okay, and you don't owe anyone an apology for needing that time. When you're trying so hard to force yourself into an extroverted world, just because you feel like you can't say no to something, you are only going to increase your stress and anxiety. Taking care of yourself also means eating right. Take care of your mind and body will give yourself the tools to be able to handle your anxiety. Changing my diet has done far more for my anxiety than any medicine I have ever tried. Number 6, this goes along with taking care of yourself, but I do feel like when you take the time to look good and more put together, you feel more confident. When you feel more confident, you can take on more of the day. You can handle anything. You can handle this anxiety. You can handle this meeting. There's a lot of things that you can't avoid, and stress and anxiety is going to come. Number 7, I write a list of things that I am anxious or stressed about. Specifically, work. When I have to jump on a phone call that I'm a bit nervous about, I will write down a list of all the reasons why I'm nervous and anxious. All of my overwhelming thoughts, when I just let them stir in my head, get overwhelming. They do not stop. It's everything all at once. So in my attempts to control what I'm thinking, I write it down. I write down my fears about it. I write down how I'm feeling. I write down everything I think could go wrong, all on paper. And for each and every one of those things that I list out, I either write down the solutions or I'll write down how much this doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And it's reassuring myself that it's gonna be okay. When you do this enough, you will begin to believe it. Last but certainly not least is gratitude. Living in a state of gratitude is a way to focus your thoughts on positive. There is always something to be grateful for, and shifting your attention to something that's positive is a way to control your thoughts. If you're an overthinker like me, you're gonna overthink regardless. So train your brain to think about something that'll actually benefit you, that'll make you feel good. Even if you have a bad boss or a toxic work environment, there's always something to be grateful for, even if you're grateful for the contrast. And that contrast could be teaching you what you don't want in a job or what you do want in your next job. You're learning about yourself every day, who you want to be, who you don't want to be. At the end of the day, the only thing that you can control is yourself, and you can choose what you want to think about. Living in a state of gratitude and appreciation completely beats dwelling on something that you can't control. It can be so easy to get sucked into stress, being forced into awkward, uncomfortable social situations that are out of your control. But loving yourself, feeling proud of yourself for making it as far as you've made it in life is amazing, because no matter what happens, you did it. You made it where you are. And that's because you made it through the day. As an introvert, you are winning silent battles every single day, and that's amazing. You need to be able to do your best to laugh everything off, because nothing is so serious that you owe it your happiness. So that's what I have for you for dealing with stress as an introvert. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.